What's up, famwise? Welcome to episode 816. Make sure you come on in, drop some gorillas, drop some bisexuals. Get your coffee ready. Earmuff the chillins. Earmuffs, fam. Don't let them hear Papa Swole and rage and say all the naughty words. So scary. So scary. What up, Dennis? Hassan. What up, Beaches? Beaches and Sleeshes. That's right. Come on in, my Daily Swole Club fam. Those of you that are getting those messenger alerts. Remember, if you want to get your alerts, make sure you plug into the messenger, the Swolenormous messenger app. Just send me a message on Facebook and you can join the Daily Swole Club and get notifications and get sweet content right in Messenger. Papa Swole will whisper sweet nothings to you. Tell you how to make sick fucking games. And that's why we're here, fam. We're here to make some sick fucking games. We're gonna do it. We're gonna get nastier and larger and more in charge than anyone that isn't here. It's just not a good move, not a wise move. Not a good play, not a good look to skip the Daily Swole. Not a good look, fam. Not a good look. 816, about to get going. What up, Tuesday, fam? Daily Swole, 816. In 3, 2, 1.
Shining, the birds are chirping, the bacon is sizzling. Welcome to the Daily Swole.
Yeah. Fine. Testing. Testing, testing, testicles. Welcome, everyone, to episode 816 of the Daily Mother Swole, the most muscular Swolecast, Beardcast, Americacast, Sleazecast, Swolecast, Jackcast, Beardcast, Nipplecast, Coffeecast, Sexy Talk Cast, in the realm. Because when I flex, you flex, we all flex our biceps. Welcome, everyone, to the Tuesday Swole Train. Hello, Phil V. The V. Welcome to 816. We are live on Facebook, Twitch, Instagram, YouTube, Periscope. We are everywhere. And of course, big Swolenormous shout out to my podcast peeps on Apple Podcast, Spotify, and wherever you like to get your ear holes raped with some knowledge dick. And I got that dick for you. I got the D. Are you picking up what I'm putting down? I am about to lay that knowledge elephant schlong right across the screen. And it is going to leave a sweaty swole smudge as it slides down. This is the Daily Swole. Learning to gain. You can see it right behind me. Learning to gain. We talked yesterday. We went science mode yesterday, didn't we now? Did you guys like that? I actually did a poll on Facebook. How many of you did that poll? If you didn't, you can go check it out. I actually might do that here. I do it on Instagram, but you didn't see it on Instagram. Facebook and Twitch and YouTube got it. We went over the pectoralis major. We went over that muscle. I brought up a 3D cool muscle app and we broke it all down. We talked about the origin of the muscle. We talked about the insertion point and what angles are great to hit those different areas of the chest. And hopefully you learned something. If you didn't check it out, that was yesterday, episode 815. And I'm always trying to bring value to those of you that are here live that watch the video, because obviously we are podcast mode. You know, by default, you're always going to get the podcast. But those of you that are here watching live and watching, I don't want it to just be this beautiful beard in your face. I mean, I think you want some more. I think you want more than just the beard and the gains, right? And the bun. I feel like you deserve more. You always deserve more, fam. You are worth it. So we went over it and it was great. broke down some exercises, my favorite chest exercise to hit all those areas. And we had the whole 3D thing going on, zooming in. Let me read some of this feedback. I love science. Yesterday's episode was tits. Sup Papa, sup fam. Michelle Cuello, loved it. Start stuff, and that's the right. My ear holes get some knowledge. So everyone loved it yesterday. I did get a bunch of messages of everyone that said they liked it so much. And so far the poll was, I think 3 people said they didn't like it on Facebook. And I guess, you know how polls are. Whenever it's skewed like that, I just wonder sometimes if you just get a couple dickholes that just want to say the other thing. They thought it was great, but they want to be the person that says, no, I didn't like it. No, that movie sucked, man. Everyone's like, that fucking movie was awesome. No, it sucked. Worst movie I've ever seen in my life. Boring. I don't get it. Everyone likes this. Everyone likes it for a reason. It's probably good and you're the weird one. It's probably good. It's probably good. So that's a general consensus. There's a couple people out there that just want to be party poopers. And I'm open to doing more. I'm open to doing more. There are many, many, many different, and we've done that with the workouts. We've done that with the actual exercises. I've actually showed you full breakdowns of actual, in the gym, and there are over 600 muscles in the body. So there's a lot of things we can talk about. So I'm open to doing more, but I don't want you to get so used to it. You get so used to it, you take it for granted, and then it's just not interesting anymore. Because it's fun when Papa Swolio rages, but we do everything here on the Swole. And what we're probably going to have to start doing, I know we get a lot into some current event type things, but we'll start talking about some more fitness current events and things of that sort. And we'll bring up maybe some people's fitness profiles and we'll make fun of people, or we'll expose the bullshit when there's things that are really stand out, that are funny, or fitness fails and shit like that. Those are always funny to look at. So I'm always open to ideas and show topics, even though I bust them out daily no matter what. But if you want to send me a message, if there's a topic that you'd like to hear about, feel free to send a message. Send me a message on Facebook. You can DM me on Instagram. You can send an email to team@swolenormous.com. So there's many ways you can get in touch with Team Swole. And if it's a good topic and it fits the whole flow of things, then yeah, I'm always looking to provide more shit that you like. They are just dickholes, Deb. Chances are they are. So because we were so intellectual yesterday, because we talked so much about making sick fucking gains and getting those titties fly, those chesticles, #chesticles, the trend that I want to create with you, I want to kind of talk about what I said at the beginning of yesterday's episode, why it's important to learn. I said at the end also, some of you might not understand or know the difference between different types of health sciences. And there's many different aspects of health science. And kinesiology is the interaction between the bones, the nerves, the neuromuscular system, okay? Because the nerves innervate the muscles pull on the bones, and everything moves around, right? Everything moves around. And the kinesiology is really just the study of human movement. So when you study kinesiology, you learn the action of the muscles, where they originate, the bony protrusions and landmarks, all the things we talked about yesterday, where the muscle starts, where it finishes, what action it performs at the joint. And then we talk about, we are discussing, okay, that's cool information. How can we use that to improve our education in terms of our bodies, and how can we use that to do better in fitness? Like, how can we use this information? When you understand how muscles move or what movements those muscles perform, that's where you can get these isolation exercises. That's why some of these weird exercises you might see at the gym and be like, what the fuck is that? What's that guy doing? Whether or not he knows what he's doing or not, it could be a good exercise for a specific type of muscle or a specific angle of those muscle fibers to bring out some more definition. What I want to create is the distinction between fancy exercises and things that fucking work. There are a lot of fancy things that people post online because it gets views, right? You're more likely to get views when you're doing clapping push-ups or crazy jumping over, you're doing this American Ninja Warrior stuff. I don't care if you have abs or not. You don't do that stuff to look a certain way. A lot of people want to emulate someone's training techniques, but they don't really necessarily want to be as physically fit as them in terms of their athletic performance, but they want to look the way they look while they're doing it. They'll look at a gymnast or someone that does CrossFit or someone that does American Ninja Warrior and be like, oh man, that guy's muscular and lean, got abs. I want that body. So then they just do what he does or she does, and they do all this crazy running and jumping around. However, they just really want the physical effects. They want to have a six pack. They want to have this. And everyone's different. And not everyone, very few people start doing those types of things. They usually have some kind of fitness or general fitness background. And then they fall in love with one type of application or activity, like the American Ninja Warrior stuff or CrossFit or one of these more performance based. And that's a problem when you're trying to accomplish something for an aesthetic purpose, but you're doing performance training. Okay, you're doing exercises that will improve a human being's performance when in fact you want the aesthetic look. You want to look a certain way. Well, that's bodybuilding. That's bodybuilding. And that's where a lot of people fall short, because most of these programs out there, quote unquote, or group exercise classes, they don't address the amount of volume you need to really build muscle. Most people severely undertrain, or they do too much of things that aren't effective, right? They do too many total body workouts or push-pull splits. They don't do enough overload on those specific muscles. They don't isolate enough. They don't eat enough calories. There are many different ways why people, men, women, don't put on the right amount of muscle mass or enough muscle mass, because it's brutal to put on mass. It's literally building a skyscraper yourself. Only it's organic, and you have to do it. You can't do it just by slapping on clay or just eating more food. You have to train your body so that it has no other choice but to grow, and pretty much against its will. That's what building muscle is. And that's what's really building a physique is. You are putting your body in an environment where it has to defend itself against its will. You're forcing the body. You're forcing the body to react a certain way. You're forcing the body to build muscle. You're forcing the body to become more flexible. You're forcing the body to have bigger deltoids or pectorals or glutes, right? You're literally putting the body in a corner like a cat. And you're like saying, fucking adapt, cat. Change. Look this way. Be able to handle this shit. And then, of course, it comes down to, your persistence and your consistency. It doesn't happen fast. So that being said, there is a certain need to understand the science. There is a benefit. There's a really understated benefit when it comes to education, and not just follow the leader. The more you understand about the science, because learning about kinesiology, fam, you are a human being. Learning about the body will only benefit you, because this is your body. You're learning more about what your body can do, what your body has to offer. And not enough of you are digging into the science of who you actually are as a functioning animal. All right? You're an animal. You're a mammal. Okay? And the more you learn about it, the better you can customize your shit, the better you can learn. For me, understanding the science behind it, understanding kinesiology, I'm able to customize the movement of my body. I'm able to do let's say a dumbbell fly for chest, and I'm able to rotate my wrists in different positions. I know the limitations of what's a good position for the body. I know what's not putting too much pressure on the shoulder. I understand the way the joint is supposed to move. I understand the muscle and how I can target certain fibers better. So I know how to move my body. I know how to move the joint. I know how to manipulate it in the moment in order to isolate those things. And it makes me, or allows me, to be creative. I experiment a lot, and I experiment with different things, because if you understand how the body works, you can be more creative in the gym. And you can customize things that will help you as an individual more, instead of just following what other people do and hoping that what they do will also work the same way for you. And that's not always the case. So it's the patience to learn this stuff. It's the interest. Most people just want the end result, right? Most of you listening and watching, you just want to look. You don't care about the science. You just want to look a certain way. You're the people that are the magic pill seekers. You want, I don't care about the process of it. I just want to fucking look better. I just want to get there. What should I do? That's why you don't have it yet. because you're asking that question. If you're asking the question, well, what should I do? I want to lose weight. I want to get in shape. What should I do? There's your first problem. You're asking what to do rather than fucking trying things. You just keep on trying shit. You keep on doing stuff, but you need patience. You need patience. You need to give it time. You need to give it time. It's not going to happen overnight, whether you're losing or you're building or both in one respect or another. It's going to take a lot of time. And if you're impatient, yeah, it's going to feel like when it's going to happen, what progress am I going to see, when's it going to happen. If you're not fucking patient, it's going to seem like it's taking forever because you keep on expecting results and evolution to happen fast, and it doesn't happen fast. It takes a long fucking time. What's up? Are you a professional trainer? I teach professional trainers. I'm an educator for personal trainers. I've been a trainer in the past. Fitness expert, yes, you can call me that for sure. Do I know everything? No, but I know a lot. And I'm here to share every single thing. And I'll give you my opinion on things that I know about or familiar with if I do have an opinion. And I'll tell you when I don't know about something. But it's really a lot more, it's very simple. It's very simple in terms of the process of it. I want to stimulate more of that knowledge. I want to stimulate more of that hunger for learning more about it. Self-education, just because you're not in school anymore, doesn't mean you can't learn. It doesn't mean you can't really plug in. It's going to help you a lot. It's going to help you a lot because when you're in the gym, you're wondering, oh, I need an exercise. Oh, all those machines or that whole area is taken. What can I do for chest? Well, if you know how the chest works, you can be creative with shit. You can do more stuff at home. If you train at home, if you learn more, you can be more creative with the limited equipment you might have at home. If you're in a crowded gym, like I said, you can be more creative if you don't have the right equipment or free weights that you want. And once you find something that gets you going in the right path, once you find something, and why don't we put that in the comments when I go into this next section, are you, whatever you're doing right now, fam, wherever you're watching, if you're watching on Facebook or YouTube or one of those, or on Instagram, whatever you're doing right now with your nutrition and your food, just put in the comments that either it's working or it's not working for you. In other words, what are you doing right now? And are you on like a progress kick? Like, are you making progress? Do you see your progress? Like, are you on an incline or are you kind of on a plateau or kind of on a decline? Where are you at psychologically and physically? Like, are you on one of those, okay, I'm seeing progress, I'm doing great, this is awesome, kind of getting my momentum? Or are you on like a stale kind of plateau kind of situation right now? So where are you right now? You can say progress or plateau, or I'm plummeting, I'm like doing terrible, just so I can kind of get a gauge on where you're at right now. Like, are you kind of on an upswing? Because if you're seeing results right now, if you are on an upswing, don't worry so much about changing things. I get a lot of messages from people that started doing a certain nutrition or training plan and they've lost. They tell me, oh, last month I lost X amount of pounds. This month I've only lost this amount. And they're asking me, what can I change? What can I do better? And I understand. I understand that you might want more results. I understand that you might want something, something faster. However, you're seeing progress. You're seeing progress. It's happening. It's already happening. You're telling me that you lost weight last month and you lost weight this month. It wasn't as fast as you would like, but do you understand that it's powerful, the fact that you're losing? You're doing well. You're doing well. You're seeing progress. You're seeing progress. And there's too many people that are kicking themselves when they're seeing progress, right? They're beating themselves up unnecessarily. They're kicking themselves in the ass when they are actually making great progress. Yeah, but Deb, slowly but steady progress. Progress is slow and steady. There's no fast progress. Not with fitness. There is no fast progress with fitness. It's not going to happen. You're not going to see windfalls of fitness progress. 5 pounds in a week? That's unnatural. That's not fat. That's water weight. It doesn't happen fast. And if it does, it only happens for a short period of time and then you'll plateau or you'll slow down a lot. You realize it's only really healthy to lose about 1 pound or so per week, maybe 2. Anything more is usually too fast and extra water weight. And you don't want to get rid of too much water. You want to get rid of the fat and the water that goes along with it, but you don't want to be dehydrated. You want to be pissing out too much and or not hydrating properly, and your body is going to be retaining water. So or you're going to be dehydrating if you're exercising too much. So make sure that you're hydrating properly. I get too many questions about how much water to drink, and you should be drinking plenty. Don't do any dehydration diets. That's going to give you a lot of issues. And that is, don't change horses in midstream. If you're seeing progress, run it. Run into the ground. Keep going. You don't have to change things every couple weeks just because. Just because there's too much random change for no reason. If you're seeing results, stick with it until you don't see results anymore. Why would you change anything? Dermaglow, welcome to the world of the mighty Swolenormous. Be prepared for the cold, hard facts and truth and results. Oh. The best way to lose fat? Holy fucking, that question doesn't get answered. Really? The best way? There is no best way. Stop eating shit food and start exercising. Too general of a question. There is no best way. There is no best way. What's up, man? What's up? Let's see. Gaining today. I've seen a bunch of people that said they're seeing progress, great progress. Aaron, the most progress I see is in mood and energy levels. I'm not losing much weight, but I'm noticing overall body fat slowly melted away. So your body composition is changing. Don't worry so much about weight loss. Don't worry about the absolute number. You want to be building muscle. You want to be getting rid of inflammatory foods so your body starts metabolizing fats more, extra fat stored from inflammation. Get rid of that cortisol, create that balance again. So don't get wrapped up in how fast your friend is losing weight. Too many of you are gauging your own progress against someone else that did keto, or someone else that went vegan, or someone else that did CrossFit, or someone else that did something. They saw results and they saw, wow, amazing, unusual results. It doesn't mean it's not possible to lose faster. It's just not really healthy, and it's not common to do so and maintain it off. You want to change your lifestyle for the better. And there's too many examples of these random success stories. I mean, how many people does the average person know on Instagram and on Facebook? And then they start posting, I went keto and I lost 200 pounds in a year. And everyone's like, holy fuck, is that even possible? And people are like, I'm doing keto. You know what? I'm sick and tired of being fat. I'm going to go keto. And keto becomes the weight loss thing. And now everyone is doing keto, and they're shedding out a lot of water at the beginning because water goes away when you cut carbs. So that's just a natural process, which is why a lot of people gain stuff back when they start eating carbs again. So everyone just assumes keto is a weight loss diet. They don't understand that you're still eating inflammatory foods if you're pounding dairy and you're eating cheese and shit like that. So you get a lot of people that are unhealthy going vegan, unhealthy going keto, and people are flushing and seeing initial progress because you're cutting out a lot of junk foods when you start these immediate change diets. You're cutting out a lot of junk food, so you lose weight, you lose some water, lose some inflammation, and then it flatlines. And then, oh, but it's not working anymore. It worked for a couple of weeks. It didn't really work. You just stopped being a fat ass for a couple of weeks, and your body started. You didn't really do it the right way, right? You didn't start from the ground up. You didn't eliminate the foods. You just kind of picked something and ran with it. So you can't measure your progress or your negative progress. I actually shared this picture that someone sent me. It was a calendar of their progress. It should still be up. So after this episode, go over to my Instagram story and pull it up. Pull up my IG story, and I think it's a calendar. It's a picture of a calendar. It's her weight loss journey. And the first month was, let's say, 11 pounds, or it was 9, but then it went to like 1 pound, and then she gained 5. But then the next couple months were losses. And she goes, I'm seeing such great progress. I'm being consistent. And you see all the places where she could have quit. You see all the places where she gained weight. And that month, she gained 5 pounds. For a lot of people, oh my God, I'm doing so terrible. I gained some weight. The human body is up and down all the time, like the stock market. Just because the stock market goes down 300 points today doesn't mean it's not going to go up 1,000 tomorrow. And then down 300, and then down 500, and then up 600, and then down 200, and then up. It goes up and down, but in the long run, it goes up. So that's where your body is. If you're sticking to it and you're not quitting, you're going to see more progress, but it has to be consistent. You have to stay with it. Anytime you feel like failing because of some result you're getting, that's the time where you don't fail. I posted that. This is when people quit. I posted that picture on Instagram. Whenever you feel like quitting, that's when you shouldn't quit. That's when your body is testing you, saying, you're not going to be able to do this. We don't want to change. You're like, well, fuck you. You're going to change. Keep forcing it. Keep forcing it. Skep Talk Live on Twitch. Can you suggest a good resource to find what is inflammatory? Yeah, you can look up my podcast on the elimination diet or inflammatory foods. You can Google that on YouTube. You could also go to swolenormousx.com. I'm doing a special offer on my nutrition jumpstart, which is in the store in Swolenormous X. It's just $9, and it's like a video series that breaks down the elimination diet and suggested do and don't list for food. So it walks you through. It's like 5 videos that takes you through this whole thing. It's very organized. So you can check that out. So that's swolenormousx.com, and then just click on store and you'll see it, the nutrition jumpstart. So, and I also have many podcasts on it, so you can Google it if you don't want to get the video series. But that's where I have the information. Otherwise, you can just Google it. Yeah, well, it makes sense. Well explained, dude. Thanks, Emo. There's a lot of switching in variety just for the sake of variety. Variety in fitness and nutrition, it works only when you need variety. That whole muscle confusion thing. Yeah, the muscles don't really get confused, but they adapt. So when your muscle adapts, you have to change things so the muscle has to adapt again. And your muscles don't get confused. They know what's going on. They're doing what they're supposed to be doing. Oh, you're moving us in this direction? Okay. The question is, are you going to keep on moving it in that direction over and over again for months and months so it forces an adaptation? Just don't change for the sake of change. Basic works. Basic, simple. You don't need too much variety. You don't. And that's another reason why a lot of you don't get results. That's a big reason why people struggle. They get bored. A lot of people get bored with your nutrition. You get bored with your nutrition. Oh, but I get tired of eating the same thing. I need some more variety. No, you don't. You got to think why you're doing it. You have to remember that food is a tool. It's not to make your fucking fat brain happy. Oh, but I like this food. It tastes so good. Shut up. Go read a book. Enjoy something else. Drink some water. Give your body what it needs and get out of the kitchen. Food is not entertainment. When you separate food from entertainment, your life will change. I am telling you. Your life will change when you separate food from entertainment. That is the bane of society when it comes to being fucking overweight and being unhealthy. Food is always involved with entertainment. Birthday, it's birthday cake and it's birthday meals. It's garbage at work. Oh, I'm so tired. Let's go drink and eat pizza. It's Friday night. You have sports things with like chicken wings and beer. Everything is a fucking feast. Everything's a feast. Everything is a celebration. Let's go get food. Let's barbecue. Everything is just garbage. You know why? Because there's nothing. And how about this? What is similar to food? What is similar to food in terms of instant gratification? Makeup for women. Why do you think makeup is one of the biggest industries in the world? Beauty. It's makeup and food because you get instant gratification. A woman can go from not attractive to very attractive with the proper makeup. Trust me. I've seen it. I've seen people, you're like, oh my God, I would not touch that with a 10-foot pole. She's jacked. Ugh. And then you see her with a full face of makeup and holy shit, it's a different person. Instant gratification. You put some paint on your face and all of a sudden you go from unattractive to attractive. Of course, that's subjective, but you know what I'm talking about. Same thing with food. You eat this, it's going to taste good. Instant gratification. Working hard, training hard for months and months and years, not instant gratification. It's the exact opposite of instant gratification. It's pure discipline and just passion and vision for what you want. And it's completely the opposite of instant gratification. And that's why people don't get it. Because everyone wants instant happiness. Everyone wants to feel good now. Who doesn't? Hey, raise your hand if you want to feel shitty now. No one wants to feel shitty now. No one does. But would you take feeling shitty now for feeling amazing later? Feel shitty now for feeling amazing later. Sacrifice now. Don't sacrifice your vision. Don't sacrifice your end game just for that fucking piece of pizza or that garbage food. You know better. Fuck you. You're not stupid. You're not addicted to food. You know better. You're just being stupid and fucking weak-willed. Don't let yourself get played like that. Don't play yourself. Don't lose your own integrity. Don't lie to yourself and tell yourself that that goal is important. Don't tell yourself that goal is important and then go and eat like shit. Don't fucking lie to yourself. How to fix chronic elbow pain? Look up Therabar. and do some form extensor work. You know? Don't fucking fool yourself. Don't fool yourself. And in the same token, right? In the same vein of don't add too much variety to your training. At the same token, don't be afraid to change shit. And that's what I want to counter that with. Don't feel like you have to stay with something if it's not working. Don't be afraid to change. Don't change things too often, but don't be afraid to change if it doesn't work. It's not a waste. And you get a lot of people out there that don't want to change what they're doing because they feel like they wasted time. Have you ever had that, fam? Have you ever not changed a workout or a strategy or a nutrition strategy because you almost want to will it to work because you feel like you've lost so much time if you didn't make it work? You can't make things work. Either they do or they don't. Either it works or it doesn't. You can't make something work, right? You can't make a diet work. You can't make a workout program work. If your body doesn't respond to it, your body doesn't respond to it. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? So don't be afraid to change shit. Don't be afraid to change things. If you have to change, if you got to pull the plug or you got to turn the ship around, turn the ship around. But don't forget you've learned, right? You've learned, you've grown. You've learned things that you didn't know at the beginning. Now you know what not to do. Now you know certain things that will not work for your body. I just described your first 2 years of lifting. I'm sad to say. That's the thing. Don't be sad. We've all made mistakes. My first year, I'll tell you a story about that. I'll make you feel better. I just described my first year of training. I'll explain what that means. In my freshman year of college, I didn't really know about nutrition. I thought getting big or getting lean, getting shredded, and in part I was right, was just eating salads and chicken. And I got super fucking lean, but I also got super skinny in retrospect. I thought I was big. I thought I was building muscle and getting lean, but I was just getting fucking skinny because I wasn't eating carbs. So I lost a lot of water. You could see my abs. It was like, pop, 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 pop. However, I was very slender and just cut and defined. I was like a, average, but like skinny, ripped. And I'm like, this doesn't work. That summer, the summer of 2002 was between my freshman and sophomore year of college. And I realized whatever I did, that doesn't work. Eating salads and just fucking chicken and lifting and doing cardio in the morning, that doesn't work to get huge. So what does, right? And I bought every Flex magazine. I read every fucking article I could. I scourged the fucking internet. I just scoured everything. Scourged. I just burned it up. I scoured the internet. I literally just became Indiana Jones for getting fucking huge. I just found every fucking artifact and everything that worked. I saw the workouts that these pro bodybuilders were putting in the magazines. I wrote them down. I analyzed. I didn't just copy them. Oh, a shoulder workout. Oh, a chest workout for 6 weeks. I didn't just copy and, follow along. I looked and I saw what they were doing. I learned and I became obsessed with it. I saw that they were doing barbell work first. They were overloading compound movements. But hey, this guy did a pre-fatigue workout where he did flies first. Oh, that can work too. Oh, you can manipulate it like that. You could do high reps for the first couple exercises and then load up with heavy weight later on, and that reduces injury risk. Oh, why does that reduce injury risk? Well, if you are taking more of your energy when you're at the beginning of your workout, when your muscles have more security, when your stabilizers are more fresh, right? You're less, and generally at the beginning of your workout, you're less at risk for injury. You're not fatigued at the end. So you do the isolated movements, the isolation exercises first. And then when you're towards the end of your workout, you do the heavier compound like a bench press, where at the beginning you would be more fresh. So you're more likely to throw on tons of weight on the bar and lift like super heavy, and you might risk hurting something, where at the end you're already fatigued because you got into those muscles with isolation exercises. Now, when you do a compound movement, those muscles are really overstimulated. So they're more likely to fire rather than your supporting muscles, the deltoid and the triceps. And you're not going to go as heavy because you're fatigued. So it's safer for those compound movements. I mean, it's like an idea, a concept. Oh, that's something to go after. So it is okay to do that. And you just learn and you apply this different knowledge in different ways and you experiment. So I really absorbed myself in that. And I wasn't afraid to change things because I wanted the end result. I wasn't afraid to go down this road. And it wasn't like people hadn't built muscle before. people were huge still. I mean, guys were huge. This is around the time where it was before it was super, super, super popular. I mean, Arnold was already popular, of course, and he really changed the whole scene, but this is before Instagram, it's before Facebook. So in terms of getting a lot of this information out, it was still a lot of magazine based and blogs and things like that because the whole social media thing didn't explode yet. And it was just me being obsessed with learning. And not just that, it was obsession with trying it and feeling it. And I would do it. I would try something, I would stick with it, and then of course I would learn. And I kept on pushing myself. I learned how the volume worked. And I knew these guys were taking steroids. I mean, they're fucking juiced out of their mind. But they never promoted that. And the workouts, the training was the training. And here's the thing, these guys might have been taking juice, but doesn't mean these exercises or these workouts don't work. How do you think you get huge when you're on steroids or when you're not? You're doing fucking high volume and you're eating like a beast. I mean, these guys just took anabolic steroids so they would eat more and train and lift heavier, and then they would get bigger, of course. So it's no different. The training doesn't change. You might be able to handle more volume if you're taking exogenous hormones, of course, but the principle is the same. The body is going to adapt the same way. You still have to overload. So I learned how much, because if you want information, don't go to the gym and just bang your head against the wall and guess. What do? If you want to get huge, what do? You go to someone bigger than you and you say, how did you get big? And then they tell you a couple things. Oh, cool. You take that information and you apply it. You go to someone else that got big. How did you get big? Oh, he did that, but he didn't do that. Oh, so maybe that might be a gray area thing. And you keep on learning and acquiring knowledge until you get the picture of what it really takes, what's bullshit, what isn't, what works for you, what doesn't work for you, because at the same time, you're applying it. There's too many people out there asking questions, but not putting in the fucking work. You're asking questions and you're saying, well, how do I lose weight? What's the best way to lose fat? How do I get bigger this? How do I do that? Well, what have you tried? Well, I stopped eating carbs as much. So you're asking me questions, but you haven't tried a damn fucking thing. And then I'll tell you, and then you'll ask me, well, where do I start? And I'll tell you the best place to start, and then you won't fucking do it. So what's really the problem? Is it the information that's hard to find? No, it's your actual desire to fucking put in effort. Put in effort. Ken, to be fair, I think the industry essentially forces those guys to juice up to stay relevant and competitive. Same with pro wrestlers. No one forces them to juice up, but no one wants to go see a bodybuilding show from natural. Natural bodybuilding shows are just fucking sad. I think so. Natural bodybuilding, just skinny, emaciated guys, because you can't stay big and ripped and full. You just look hungry. It's like, I don't know, it's like fitness concentration camp. It's not something that most people want to watch. Do you have fake, look at this fucking question on Instagram. Do you have fake followers because you only have 4 views? No, I don't have fake followers. I'm sure some of them are fake. Who knows? There are fake accounts everywhere. No, Instagram doesn't really promote live. I don't fucking know what Instagram does. Now go look at my posts. A lot of people respond. I think people don't get notifications on Instagram a lot of times too. I'm also streaming on 4 platforms, so there's more people on Facebook. Most of my content, most of the consumption is on the podcast after the fact. Missed everything up to now because I was catching up on other podcasts. Haters everywhere. People don't know. I mean, as far as someone on Instagram knows, they're just signing in. They're just signing in and watching me from the side just talk. They don't know that I'm doing like a quintuple stream and all the stuff that I'm doing. It's okay. I'm not stopping. Shit. I've done this show to 0 people. No, it's okay, man. It's all right. You don't know. Yeah, I'm here. And to be honest, and I say that, I'll be honest. I say that no matter how many are watching. To a point. I mean, if there was no one watching and I was doing this show for months and months and months and no one was watching and it wasn't growing at all, honestly, I don't know if I would keep on doing it. Why would I? If no one liked it, if no one liked the episode, if no one liked the podcast, I wouldn't do it. But since it's been growing continuously, slow and steady. I call it slow and steady. I don't think it's really slow and steady. I think it's really fast, really quick. It's just what we think of blowing up. I mean, I'm building a good foundation. We got a great community here. Instagram still loves Papa Swolio. I don't know. Sometimes I don't know. YouTube doesn't like Papa Swolio. I don't know what goes on with YouTube. I don't really get that algorithm at all. I don't really know how to post videos on YouTube. I'm convinced I don't know how to do it. Yeah, because sometimes I do really good. Sometimes I try to go really detailed in depth for vids, and then no one sees them. I don't know. It's weird. But things change every day. They're changing all the time. So, it's always ebb and flow, ebb and flow. My thing is there's a lot of noise in the fitness industry. We just talked about all these topics today, and this is the reason why the fitness industry needs an overhaul. That's why you're all coming here, and that's why we're having these conversations, because there's so much bullshit that's being pushed out there, and there's not enough real talk about what gets actual fitness done. And just from an example, like, yeah, I do have programs. I do have yoga classes. I mean, those of you that are in Swolenormous X, you know we drop the knowledge and you have all access to all my stuff. I mean, I do have services. I mean, it's a business. However, that's not the be all and end all of what we do here. You know, that doesn't mean that there is an answer for everyone. It's about what matters to you. Some people love to be in a classroom for yoga. Some people like the fact that they can just take out their cell phone, prop it up, or go on their TV or their computer and do yoga at home in Swolenormous X. Like, there's something for everyone out there. You know, there's something for everyone out there. And I can't necessarily answer what's right for you. And that's where it comes for things like nutrition and training style. You're going to have to try these things. You might love intermittent fasting because for your schedule and your psychology, it just works better for you. And you see results when you do that. So who can tell you that that's bad for you? If you see results and you're happy with it, then intermittent fasting's for you. If you tried it and you hate it, it's obviously not for you. Don't do anything in your fucking life that you hate. Don't do it. If you don't like intermittent fasting, then don't do it. Don't do it. You don't have to do it to be healthy and to be in shape. You don't have to. And that's what a lot of people will make you think. That's what a lot of people will make you think. They'll make you think that there's an answer. This is the way. That's wrong. That's right. Those are people you really don't want to listen to. People that say there's a specific way. Here's my program. Here's my diet plan. You should be intermittent fasting. You should be doing this. That's why I talk about elimination. Once you figure out the right foods for you, then you can play around with different things. Then you can play around with keto, with Atkins, with paleo, with vegan, vegetarian, pescatarian, whatever you want to do. Then you can play around with nutrient timing. But once you figure it out, once you figure out what foods. What's a modified carnivore diet? Ramon. I've never heard of modified. What's modified? Oh, thanks, Ken. Your content is far beyond dudes on YouTube with 1 million plus subscribers in terms of quality, honesty, and lack of douchery. A lack of douchery. Have you seen the driving while gaining episodes? I don't know if that's lack of douchery though. I try to turn up as much douchery as possible for the driving while gaining. Not sure it's without douchery, but I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that. Thank you. Look, I'm not gonna stop doing this as long as there are people listening and watching. We'll still be here. We'll still be here for the daily. You know, whether I'm here, whether I'm traveling, like we'll always be doing the daily. I love it. I love the show, so no doubt. You'll always get the podcast. Sometimes the streaming might change depending on where I am. You know, I can't do like a multi-stream the same way if I'm traveling. It'll be on phones, but that's why it's really good, fam. If I'm traveling, and for some reason I can't get on all three platforms, I'm usually defaulting to Facebook. So it's good to follow me on my different platforms. So we go live on Instagram, YouTube, Twitch, Facebook. I think I also stream this to Periscope right now. And the podcast is on Apple Podcast, SoundCloud, Spotify, Overcast, Stitcher, whatever you listen to your podcast on, you can find the daily. So lots of places, but if you follow me in a couple different places, you'll never really miss it. Even if I can't get them all at the same time. Sometimes internet connection might be as good, so I have to sacrifice a couple sites, but the podcast always goes on. If the podcast were short, I bet you will get hundreds of people tuning live. No, that has nothing to do with it. It has nothing to do with it. It's a time of day. I mean, it's 3 o'clock on a Tuesday. People will have jobs. How many people are off at 3 o'clock on the East Coast or have an hour? Now, I don't like the short podcast. We've had episodes in the past that were like 10, 15 minutes, but but the podcast is, and this is prioritized for the audio. So all these episodes are prioritized for more longer conversational audio where I can interact with you more. And that's the beauty. So if you're showing up live and you have questions, we have a discussion. So we talk about it live. I'll do demos and things like that. So if you're watching live, the benefit is you're not just live and I'm ignoring you. You're live or you're here with me. You can ask questions and possibly get your question answered depending on how many people are asking questions and the topic and stuff like that. But this is all prioritized for the audio. And longer podcasts are definitely, especially because you can get so much more into a topic. If you just turn on something and it's like 10 minutes, I mean, right when especially if it's a topic you like, if the topic sucks, it doesn't matter if it's 5 minutes or an hour, you're not going to want to listen to it. But if it's something you like, it sucks when it's only 5 or 10 minutes. It sucks when it's really short because then you don't get into it enough. If we're talking about program design and that interests you and all of a sudden it's 10 minutes, oh shit, I wish you went a little bit deeper. So this way, all the different topics we do psychological topics, we do philosophical topics, we do nutrition, we do exercise, we do anatomy. So we're doing all different episodes, do interviews that can go an hour, 2 hours. So you get so much different variety here on the show. And I want to keep on bringing that, current events and all different, anything that applies to what our goals here and what really we enjoy talking about as they apply. And so it goes beyond fitness. It's a daily show that's focused on fitness and fitness centric, but if there's a huge event that's going on, you will have a discussion about it. And I'll voice my opinion if I have any, or we'll take questions and so forth. But when you have a conversation, when you can hash out the thoughts fully, when you can really have a full discussion about it back and forth, then there's more value. Then if it's a good topic, you're going to get satisfied and you're going to be full from the meal. It sucks when you love something and you really want to go balls deep and you just get the tip. I mean, come on. Everyone hates that shit. If you want to go balls deep and you only get just the tip, it's like, fuck, all this way, dinner and a movie and fucking dessert and Dairy Queen, and I just got the fucking tip. I thought I was getting the whole damn shaft. Nope, you got shafted. And that's no way to live life, fam. That's no way to live. That's no way to live. Can't have that. Can't have that. Gym time. So there you go. You just want it to be shorter so you can go to the gym. Go to the fucking gym. I ain't holding you back. Aaron, America needs to stop living to eat. Eat to live. Eat to live. Don't live to eat. Eat to live. Food is a tool. Food is not entertainment. Once you separate food from entertainment, everything changes. That's why I watch the sexual innuendos. There we go. We're always talking about taint and balls and twats and stuff. We do everything. The sexual, that's not really sexual innuendo. That's like sexual slap across the face. Anything goes. Anything goes. I'll tell you what, fam. One bad thing or one frightening thing or shocking thing about having long hair and beard and stuff is that hair, like an individual hair, will just fall down your arm and you think it's a spider. You're like, oh, fuck. Or like a bug, and you react really quickly to it and you realize, oh, it's just a hair on my arm. Once you have long hair and a long beard, you realize why dogs chase their tails. Why dogs chase their tails. It's like, oh, fuck, something's on me. Okay. Something's on me. Something's on my neck. Oh, shit. No, it's just me. It's just me. We're cool. We're good. We're good. It's just me. Just my body. Just my hair. Just shedding. What can I say? I'm in heat. I'm in heat. It's mating season. I go outside my porch. I'm like, and I grunt. So if you hear any grunts coming from across, riding the wind, if you hear any grunts riding the wind, it's just old Papa Swole. So, so start to learn, fam. Start to really absorb into this. So we'll be doing that. If you haven't checked out the what was I going to talk about? The vote on Facebook. If you haven't checked out the vote based on Muscle Monday yesterday, I did a poll if you liked that episode. So if you liked 815, you liked the 3D breakdown, the video and stuff on yesterday's episode, and you liked it, and you'd want to see more, make sure you vote and drop in the comments if you'd like to see it more often. Right now, we're going to do it every Monday. So that's super cool. And that's on Facebook. So you can see it right there in the news feed and then vote. I'd appreciate your input. Always trying to deliver awesome, sweet content. Yulei, I don't know if you've heard of it, but I had Prolo therapy for 6 sessions for my shoulder injury from last year. I've laid off a few months from any push-up press movements with my chest, been doing more shoulders and arms, and it's been working good enough. Can't wait to do push-ups and whatnot with no pain. I don't know what Prolo therapy is. What does that mean? I've never heard of it. Is that like is that a piece of equipment, or is that some certain process or a certain progression? I haven't heard of that. But good, man. Glad to hear you. Glad to see you still plugging in, and glad to hear that you're coming back. Glad to hear you coming back. Instagram is usually late with notifications. I don't watch anyone's content really, so I don't really see anyone go live. I usually just like horizontal, and I love the video because on Facebook and on YouTube and Twitch, you can see the text, you can see the chat on the screen. It's better quality audio. You get the microphone audio and you get the high def picture, and Instagram, you just kind of get the phone vertical really up on the side of my face. So Instagram doesn't see when we do split screens for interviews, when we do the 3D breakdowns, the exercise demos and all that shit. So Instagram doesn't see that stuff. But then here's what I want to do. I want to start doing the show, especially we're going to start going up. I want to start bringing up things on like Instagram profiles or videos on Instagram. So if you have anything that you see on IG and you want to kind of like, if it's something funny, like a fail or some exercise someone's doing, we could break it down. I'm more than happy to pull it up, and we can either roast someone and break down the form and kind of lift the veil on some of the bullshit you might see. If it's an ad on Instagram for like a pill or a supplement, I'm more than willing to pull up some of this stuff and break down some examples of stuff online. We did that with one of those squat. We did that it was like a month or two ago. We did that with one of those as seen on TV butt raping 3 monthly payments of shove this up your ass to get abs programs or pieces of equipment. It was like a car jack, but it went under your asshole, and it looked like you were just jamming this massive dildo in your butt. And it's like, teach you how to squat. You know, wow, it doesn't bother me anymore when I squat. It's like, yeah, because this apparatus is doing all the work for you. It was some bullshit. Squat magic. Squat magic, that's what it was. Squat magic. Yeah. Squat magic. The magic of people actually buying that shit. Isn't it amazing? What's the last thing do you buy? Who would order that fucking shit from a computer, from a TV infomercial? Who orders that stuff? I know someone watching has all those things under their bed. I know you still got some of that in the garage. An ab bean or something, an ab rocker, 6-second abs or something you bought 15 years ago as a joke, or you thought it was going to work. You're like, oh fuck, it became an ornament. What's your opinion on which is better, GNC products or Advocare products? Certainly not the latter or the former. I think they're all shit. You don't need any of that crap, Neil. You certainly don't need any of those things. They both belong in the fucking garbage. And that's legit. Oh, come on. Advocare and all these things are just... all those things are just multi-level marketing. They're just MLM pyramid things. That's all it is. You come up with a concept, come out with some supplements. They're no different or better than anything else. You're combining it with healthy exercise and other food choices. It's not the supplement that's helping you lose weight. It's the fact that you're not eating garbage and you're exercising. Herbalife, Beachbody, all those things are just, that's what they do. The supplements are nothing to write home about. They're not. They're not the be all. It's the fact that you're doing an exercise program regularly and that you're not eating shitty food. Of course you're going to lose weight and see results. What the fuck do you think is going to happen? There's a lot of results you can get with any kind of random exercise. Go to any random group exercise gym or download any fucking exercise program, and start eating better. If you're not exercising now and you're not eating well now, you're going to see results. You're going to see some kind of results if you do anything. Like if you do anything. anything aside from sitting on your fucking ass, and if you're eating better than you were. You're going to see results. You're going to lose fat. You're going to blah, blah, blah. Are you going to be Mr. Olympia? No. No, you won't. You won't be. But of course you can see progress. You go from not exercising to exercise, and you go from eating shit to eating well. Doesn't fucking matter what the exercise program is. It really doesn't. You're going to see progress to a point, and then of course you have to take it to the next level if you still want progress and you still want to look better. You're not going to get all the results from one thing, but that's why there's so many different things that people say work, because a lot of fucking movements work. A lot of things will work. If it's exercise, it's going to work to an extent. If you go cycling or swimming, like, yeah, they're all going to work to a point until your body finds a normalcy, and then you get frustrated. I'm not losing enough weight around my midsection or this. It's like, well, you're only swimming. Let me lift weights. And then you start lifting weights, and then, oh, I'm doing this, but then I'm getting a little bit too bulky. Well, you're still fat because you're not cutting out and fixing your food. You know, there's process. But yeah, we had fun today. We built some gym gains. We built some gym brains. We talked about some kinesiology. In other words, fam, start expanding your brain. Start learning, start applying this shit. Start really becoming obsessed with learning more about how your body works, because it will help you indefinitely. So make sure, if you haven't yet, go check out episode 815, yesterday's episode 2, and go over on Facebook and vote in that poll. I'd love to hear more about what you'd like to see more on the Daily Swole. Would you like more interviews? You want more of those 3D muscle breakdowns? You want more exercise demonstration episodes? What do you want? More rage episodes? I am open to hearing all types of feedback on that poll. So if you vote on the Muscle Monday episode, and if you like that, vote yes or no. And then in the comments, you can add whatever you want. So in the comments section, I'm open to suggestions or whatever you want to hear and see more of. I want to know what you want to see here on the Daily Swole. So I will see everyone tomorrow for episode 817 of the Most Muscular Swolecast, Beardcast, Broadcast, Gaincast, Mancast, Pimpcast, and Sleevescast in the realm. Because when I flex, you flex, we all flex our biceps. Thank you so much for joining me. I'll see you tomorrow. Peace, McGee's fam. Deuce, Magoose, Papa Swolio. Out.